part of doing that enables us to sort of look at how we have an impact not only on our community, but also on the world, on the community as a world, as a national and international community. And the young people have spent quite a lot of time getting involved with and supporting World Vision. World Vision has encouraged young people for, I think it's over 20 years now, to do 24-hour sponsored famines. And in doing that, the young people try and experience what it is to go without in order to raise money, in order to make somebody else's life better. Over the last 10 years, the young people have raised over £15,000. They are different groups of young people, but each year they always want to top what last year managed to raise. And that gives them a major incentive. But it's not just about coming together and going without food. It's actually about getting into the mindset of the projects that this money is going to help. So they have, for example, this particular year, we were looking at a place in Cambodia that had suffered tremendous drought. It had had all sorts of issues with famine. And the young people, therefore, were going to have this experience of what was it like going without food and then sort of finding the food in the rubbish. So we went to one of the local schools and we cleared their school of rubbish. And it was a case of saying to the young people, what out of this would you eat? They didn't choose anything, surprisingly enough. They chose to go without food, knowing that they were going to have a large meal at the end of the 24 hours. But it brought home to them actually what it was like for so many young people around the world. So when we're working with young people, we have discovered that they need to be in control. They are the ones that set the agenda. They are the ones who actually come up with the ideas. We might talk about social action, but we don't say, so now you're going to do a car wash. They actually come through with the ideas. They set up the events. They run the events, and they are supported throughout by the workers. And this, in turn, has had a major effect. This young lad here, you'll see in a minute, and this young lady here, this is them back in 2003 when they were major parts of the youth group. They are now both leaders of the same youth group. They have felt that they've been able to own projects, they have been able to grow through projects, they've been given opportunities to lead. They have both gone through mentoring programs with other leaders, and now they're in a position where they're both, Ben is 19, Jessica is 18, and they've both taken on significant leadership roles within the church and within the youth work. And they are now the ones who are relating on a much better level than I am, because the older I get, the more I feel that I'm not relating as much. And I was certainly put in my place when, in the talent show, one of the young people was doing a song from Glee. I knew that the song came from Glee, and I was announcing it had come from Glee. And one of them said, and Journey, and I asked who Journey was, and they just looked at me, and Journey was the group that had done the song in the first place. But it does mean we need to keep in touch with what the young people are going on, and we need to be willing, as adults and as leaders of that group, to make sure that the young people don't mind to see our vulnerabilities. So both Ben and Jessica have grown up through. We have others of those young people. You saw the two dancers previously. Those dancers, one is now a trained youth worker. Another one has gone on and is running youth groups while she's doing her degree, and she's running youth groups in Croydon. All of these young people are coming through a system, as it were, which is all about impacting their lives. It's about enabling them to grow. It's about enabling them to fulfill their potential. It's enabling them to see that there are people who are willing to walk with them on a journey, wherever that journey may take them. We have had young people who have had schizophrenic incidents, and yet they have come all the way through, and they come back and they're still helping with our children's and youth work. And they had those episodes when they were a teenager. It's about making sure that people never, young people especially, never feel written off. They know that they can come back. They know that they can push the boundaries. They know that things will go wrong, but they know that actually you will stick by them and you will see them through, and that you will embrace the talents and the abilities that they have, and you will give them the opportunities not only to succeed in the things that they can already do, but give them the opportunities to learn new skills and have new opportunities throughout the whole course of their life, so that they can go out and they can then do amazing things. I am, as you can probably tell, so proud of all of the young people I have ever worked with over the course of 10 years. I'm getting a bit sentimental because I'm moving on to a new job in July, and I've had to say some of my goodbyes. And the 18-year-old Jess, who you saw on that last picture, she's apparently coming with me. But it's amazing to see what they have achieved and how they are growing and how they are still developing as they are now young adults and some of them older adults. Are there any questions? Yeah.
Are the members of the youth group young people who come to the church anyway, or are they coming to the youth group because they've heard what it does? And then maybe to get involved in the church?
Yeah, we've had one of the pictures right at the beginning. When we started out, we had the majority of them were church families, and they all came because their parents brought them. Over the last 5 years, that's changed significantly. So this is our present youth group, and there are 2 who come to the church on a Sunday, and the others have all heard and have all decided that this is an experience that they want to be part of. Yeah.
That was a great presentation. Thank you very much. I was just wondering what happened to your original group of 19-year-olds, and whether there's something in the church for that group of young adults, the sort of late teens, early 20s group.
Yeah. Most of them, I hate to say, weren't even 19. They were all the way through to 35 that were still going to the youth group. They have been fed into home groups. They've been fed into all sorts of different activities, many of whom, I hate to say it, weren't actually fulfilling any of their God-given gifts. Because they were still being encouraged to come to the youth group, they weren't being nurtured into saying, actually, you can lead this. You can be a significant participant in this. They were being allowed to sort of stay very much in their comfort zone, which was more of a sort of social outing event than it was a youth group. So they're all still around, some of whom are now leading different activities, and some of whom are participating in sort of more general activities like home groups. Any other questions? Okay.